Welcome to the Moody's Tire and Auto Football Extra.
Visit us at Moody's Tire for all your tire and automotive needs.
Stop by and see us at 1600 Columbia Avenue.
Welcome, folks, to another edition of Moody's Tire and Auto Football Extra. I'm Charles Pulliam with the Williamson Herald. Week 6 is upon us, and it's going to be a beauty. Time for that district haul, as we had lots of competition visiting, lots of competitive teams visiting last week, as Oakland swinging by, Blackman at Independence, Brentwood Academy had Science Hill, but now it's time to buckle down for district play with Week 6, highlighted by Centennial's trip to Ravenwood. The 6-0 Cougars, 2-0 in District 11 AAA, taking on the Raptors at 5-0 and 1-0. Both teams off to their best starts in school history.
The Cougars will cross the interstate coming off a 39-10 win at Mount Juliet, and you could bet revenge will be on their minds. Centennial dropped last season's district clash with Ravenwood 38-35. The Raptors scored the first 3 touchdowns of the game and held off a late Cougars rally. Deion Sanders and Tyrell Dotson have anchored the Centennial offense in the last 2 games, combining for 6 touchdowns and 434 yards rushing. They'll be running against a Ravenwood defense that's limiting opponents to just 8.2 points per game. The Raptors will also look to slow Missouri commit Emmanuel Hall, who has 3 games this year with multiple touchdown grabs. Ravenwood established their own ground game at home last week. The Rowland brothers scored 2 touchdowns apiece in the Raptors' 44-13 win against Overton. Georgia commit Van Jefferson also added a big night with 6 grabs for 128 yards and a score. Someone will keep their streak alive Friday night. Who will it be?
Not to be outdone, Franklin will be traveling to Brentwood in another District 11 AAA battle, as the 4-1, 1-0 Rebels will take on the 1-5, 1-1 Bruins. And you got to really look at that record for Brentwood, as they've had one of the toughest schedules in the Mid-State, and it's shown. Going to see if that offense could really come alive here against a tough Rebels defense.
Seniors Josh Philby, Zach Beam, and Booth Page continue to lead a Franklin defense that is allowing just 14 points per game. Offensively, Malik Grimes is coming off a 3-touchdown game at homecoming last week, while Joe Critchlow continues to guide the offense efficiently. Critchlow tossed 1 touchdown pass to Garrison Matthews last week, completing 13 of 15 throws in the Rebels' 42-7 win over Lincoln County. Bruins QB Carson Croy will look to get the offense going again after Brentwood totaled just 135 yards of offense last week against Oakland. Last season, the Rebels D stepped up and stopped the Bruins' final drive in the last minute, as Franklin hung on for a 24-21 win.
Also, Week 6 featuring Pope John Paul II sticking around in Williamson County, as they're going to stop by Brentwood Academy for another region showdown there. The Knights coming off a 26-22 loss at Battleground Academy last week.
The Eagles, who are 5-1 overall and 1-1 in league play, have piled up the offense behind Jeremiah Oatsvall. The sophomore QB has thrown for 712 yards and 10 touchdowns in his last 3 games, completing 69% of his throws. BA has gone 2-1 in that span. Oatsvall's favorite target has been fellow youngster Cameron Johnson. The freshman has 7 touchdown grabs in the same 3-game stretch. BA also established the ground game last week in a 45-42 win over Science Hill behind Jacob Creedon and Sean Lumpkin. Creedon rushed for more than 200 yards, and Lumpkin added 113 yards on the ground. And they'll face a Knights team on a 4-game slide.
In other action Friday night, Lewis County going to swing by Fairview. The Yellow Jackets likely have had this one circled on their schedule for quite some time, as Lewis County won a 37-34 matchup last year, and this one going to be another must-win situation for Coach Chris Hughes and the Yellow Jackets. The 3-2, 1-2 Lewis County team swinging by Fairview at 3-3, 2-3. Also on the agenda, Page at Giles County. Michael Magochi coming off a big game where he threw for several touchdowns. Really had a breakout performance after Page was stuffed by CPA in week 4. So the Patriots looking to stay on track after a 23-22 overtime win last week with a stop at Giles County. Also, Dixon County at Summit in a District 11 AAA matchup. The Cougars able to put together some offense of late, scoring 56 points over their last 2 games, and they'll be taking on a Summit team still trying to get over the hump. And this will be the first win for either team in district play. In other action Friday night, Battleground Academy at Davidson Academy, as the Wildcats will try to keep this offense going. Clay Bethard able to throw for 6 touchdowns in the last 2 games for BGA, and the Bears defense will be playing right into this Wildcats offense, as they have allowed 43.8 points per game. Davidson Academy 3-3 on the year, 0-1 in region play. BGA 5-1 on the year. This will be their first region test as they take on Dakota Quinn, a 6'8" Samford basketball commit at QB. To wrap things up, week 6 gonna be coming, gonna be a beauty. Lots of district games coming at us. We'll be at some of those big ones. Centennial at Ravenwood, Franklin at Brentwood. Probably gonna be swinging by Brentwood Academy as well. Watch for game highlights, but if you want to stay up to date, WH Sports on Twitter. Follow us at WH Sports on Twitter. Quarter scores, game finals, everything there on Twitter. Also check us out on Facebook at Williamson Herald on Facebook. And if you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, that's Williamson Herald on YouTube. I'm Charles Pulliam. I want to thank you for watching the Moody's Tire and Auto Football Extra.